Welcome everyone to the 11:11. A bit of a special evening. It's a nice night to try something a little different than the usual wandering. This one, I think, would be rather fun because we can try shape-shifting, which maybe some of you have tried before, but it's quite fun. If you haven't tried it, it's worth it. It's best to try to get yourself into a quiet state first. So before we actually go in and try shape shifting, I'll just mention that this morning I was kind of jarred awake. Like, what the heck? I get up early anyway, so this is pretty early. And Eeka was like all excited. I'm like, what is going on? He's like kissing me and like doing all like crap. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the? She's like shaking awake. I'm like, what the heck is this? So he is just super excited this morning. Mr. Cuddles, I don't know what this is all about. This is like, so I'm hoping that he has some great information or that he knows some wonderful things are going to be happening for us in the coming days or months or both. So I'm definitely ready for some major changes. So let's hope that happens. So in order to shapeshift, what that actually means is that you're going to go into the astral and you're going to meet up with another being in the astral. And I shapeshift into animals. Tonight, I'm getting a very strong signature from two animals. One is the wolf and one is the deer. You can shapeshift into birds, whatever you like, insects, and you're pretty much free in the astral to do whatever you want. That is where all the action happens. Once you free your consciousness from its 4D form, do what you want. You're already living in many different nows. So there's many yous that are already out there. The past, the future, the present. You can experience yourself in the now in Egypt, in Atlantis, in Avalon. You can experience yourself now in your next life. You can experience your future. All of these things are possible. And it's just a matter of releasing yourself from the physical 3D or what you call 4D. We're really in 4D. Once you release yourself from the 4D form, all is possible. Well, I should explain in that all already is possible, but once you release yourself, you now are consciously aware of all that is possible. It is in the astral that magnificent things will occur. So when you go up onto the ships, you go up in the astral. And it is only your consciousness that needs to be there. No one needs your body. You can experience all kinds of things in the astral because your astral form is quantum entangled with your 4D form. What you experience in the astral, you will feel in your 4D form. This is how healing takes place when you ask for your guides, when you ask for shamanic healing, when you ask for your off-planet family to offer healing for you. They quantum entangle the energy. That is how the healing works. So it's all physics. Nothing's magic, but everything's magic too, if you think about it. It's nice to see it that way. But that's how these things work. So in order to begin to enter, request that another being come forward. And what will happen is a 4D animal will hear this, they will hear you, and they will come forward. They will then swap their consciousness with yours. Many non-human animals aren't particularly fond of embodying this kind of form, that humanoid, you know, the humanoid form is an off-planet form. Many animals, of course, are off-planet anyway. All the planets doesn't really matter which one you're on or which one you choose to be on. But I have found that many non-humans aren't particularly fond of entering the restrictions as they see it of the humanoid form, but they will. And that's what we're going to ask tonight when the different animals come forward and swap their consciousness with us. So that is how you shapeshift. I think many people think of shapeshifting as an actual or literal thing, and yes, you can. We really can't in 4D, and many humanoid species can't swap form. We don't on Era. The Hell Pleiadians do not, we cannot shapeshift our particular body. But like I said, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is have your consciousness experience the shift, because it's your consciousness that drives the form you're in. You're not your car and you're not your body. The body is just a means for negotiating the space that you're in. So now is a time to express gratitude to the quantum physics, to the field, to the ether, to all of the energies that allow us to experience consciousness. And Eeka is going to join us tonight, as he often joins me on these types of things. This is what I do back home. I'm what you would probably call a type of mystic. Well, I work with energies. It's the type of thing I do here as well. But in the 4D here on Earth, I regularly will ask that my ancient spirit beings, the cobra, the hawk, the eagle, my white dragon, I'll also call in and ask our fellow Pleiadian Ahel elders. And also, at times, there is a man and a woman who are quite advanced in the energetic fields and skills, and they assist me in different types of healings. So tonight, you can call forth your guides, your star family, the star races, the star species that you associate with, to join you in this fun type of experience. As I had already mentioned, Eeka will be joining us tonight. We go on many of these journeys together through past lives, through future experiences, so that we can enjoy the parallel now in different ways. When you begin to request that another being swaps consciousness with you, you have to enter the space with a degree of humbleness and also a degree of gratitude and a bit of fun. Everything should be, well, maybe that's a Pleiadian thing. We like to have fun. If you're not having a good time, why bother? Maybe that's our fault, or maybe it isn't. But as you release yourself into the darkness, if your room is not dark, I would suggest you do that. You can use the images on the screen to assist, or you can simply close your eyes and use your third eye to connect with the non-human being that is coming to help you experience this, experience their form, experience their energy. So initially, we just begin to allow our minds to enter into those areas of consciousness, of a state of consciousness. That is not the one you use walking around, being awake. This state of consciousness is a cosmic one. In this state of consciousness, this cosmic awareness, this is where telepathy happens. This is where bilocation will happen. This is where the astral journeys onto ships or onto planets will happen, or into deep space. It all happens when you enter into the cosmic state, which is one that does not know time, because time is an illusion. So you're shedding all of the illusions that you have on planets, whether it's this one or any other planet. You transcend the planet. Or even if you are on a ship, you transcend the form of the ship. You don't need anything other than that frequency to ask the animals that will come forward tonight, non-human animals on this planet, understand all of this. It is only the humanoids, and some humanoids, not all humanoids, on Earth, on Terra, that have been brainwashed to not understand this. So if you are looking for a teacher, the animals are your master. So we're going to thank those in the animal world for being the teachers as they had been for our ancestors, as many of the indigenous know and still know, that the master, that the teacher is the animal. And each animal has something to share with you. They have mastered physicality probably many millions of years ago, but there's no time. It is just understanding that the animals are the masters, not the extraterrestrials, not even the Andromedans, not even the Arcturians, not even our elders. The animals have mastered the art of physicality, of incarnation. And now, hopefully, we have brought ourselves into a state of that cosmic awareness where we are ready to access this fun swap of our being. Begin to understand the energy of the night in the forest, of the trees, the pine trees, the oak trees, the maple trees, or the palm trees, wherever you are. The trees are ancient keepers of energy, and they are always willing to share that energy with you. So now, as you leave your 4D form and walk down a pine needle filled soft cushion path, you can smell these shed needles. They're soft, they're so inviting. They are just strewn for the enjoyment of all. And the pine trees are smiling. They know what they have done, that they have blanketed the path. And it is so inviting. You reach a little patch of moonlight that made its way through the branches, and you sit down on this lovely, soft pine needle bed, and you feel each needle. Some of them still have some sap on them. Your hands touch them, every little one of them, so many. And you play with them, and they sit with you, and you sit with them. And then you are joined by a beautiful wolf. And she comes by your side, and you pet her, and you can feel that wonderful soft fur, so thick, and she's so big. You've never been this close to a wolf before, and her size is amazing. The biggest dog you've ever really seen. And she sits by you, close, and you can feel her, and she lets you pet and hug her. And now, she says to you, and you speak to each other without words. You don't need words because you now have a deeper language, that of telepathy. You and her share the moment. You share each other's thoughts. You share each other's feelings. You simply share in this moment. She looks at you, beautiful blue eyes, and you can feel inside her a great smile, and it spreads to you. And she puts a paw on your lap, and she says it is now time to begin. And with her guidance, she sends the sensation of warmth, of energetic warmth from her paw to your lap. And you feel that warmth spreading throughout your body. And you sit with that warmth. And it enters every cell. And that warmth, that connection to her, is the gateway. And she tells you to wait for all of this warmth, this energy to fill you as it fills her. And when you two have reached a communion, then she allows it to happen. So you close your eyes as she tells you to do, and you hold them closed. She says, not yet. You feel the warmth. And now she says, open your eyes. And you look down the path, and your body is hers. And she stays where she is and nods to you. She will wait for you in your body, cross-legged, sitting on the pine needles. And she says, now that you are experiencing who I am as the wolf, enjoy, she says, journey along the path. So now you stand in front of her on all four legs and you feel this tremendous energy in your body, one you had never felt before. It is amazing. It is freeing. You can sense the forest in ways you've never sensed before. The smells are unbelievable. They're alive. So you turn from her and you feel under your feet now that you are not wearing shoes. You feel in your paws and in the pads in between your toes that are fur covered and just delightful. You feel all the pine needles pressed under your weight and your eyes, you're at a different height than you've ever been before, and it feels so right. So you turn and begin to journey down the path as she had instructed you to do, and you set off at a trot, a beautiful pace that you seem like you could run forever at this pace. It's amazing that the way your body is so athletic. The footfall, the wind, the air, everything. Your eyes, the way you see. The path ahead of you, it's dark, but you can see like it's day. And the smells as you go by, all of the different plants, it's like they know you and you know them, and it's so familiar. And your fur is, oh my, feeling your body without clothes, but fully contained in a perfect form. The tail is your tail, you don't even know what to do. Tail, your ears are, you start playing with your ears, you cock them in different ways and your teeth you've never had. This is amazing. You're just in a whole new realm of joy as you run down this path and you're smelling and you're sniffing the ground and you know which animal has gone there before you. Know you can sense it. Wow. I mean, it's just the best experience you have ever had. And you still connected to her and you can hear her kind of giggling and she's saying, you know, she knows how much you enjoy this. And she's sending her joy to you through this connection that you have as you borrow her form and you trot and trot and trot through the forest. Just everything in your body and in the way you see and you look at your feet. You just spend time as you trot watching your paws. You see, I pause, You're trotting and each little paw, you see it going forward and going forward and going from your nails, those black nails, and you're just, oh, you don't want to swap back, do you? You don't want to stay in this body, and you trot along the path over rocks and you see some rocks on the side and you jump on top of them and you're up on the rock and you're looking around and wow, this is the best day ever. And you sit, not sure how to, but at the same time, and your hind legs curl under you and you curl your tail around and you sit there and you look into the darkness of the forest with the trees and you see a squirrel that just heading to bed and he's looking down at you and he knows what's going on and he's looking and he nods to you and you nod back and you say, this is wonderful. And he says, oh, I know. He says, I know. And you jump down off the rock back onto the path and you continue down And when you just trot and trot in this magnificent form, and you feel like tingling all over you. It's just so wonderful. Wow, being a wolf. And you remember this in your consciousness so that when this is over and you're swapped back into your humanoid form, that the next time you walk into the woods, you remember you have a cellular memory that was recorded in your consciousness, in this cosmic consciousness, so that the next time you walk in the woods and you start to pick up a trot, you can embody and feel and experience nature as the wolf did. And you can remember this so that when you are walking in the woods and trotting in the woods or along a beach or across the high plains, wherever you roam, you can be her again and fully experience nature as you never had before, using the wisdom and knowledge of Wolf, the gift that she leaves with you when you shapeshifted with her. So now you return back, even though you don't want to. But she reminds you that you can always come back to this wolf state because it is now a part of you. When she was sending you that in her warmth, that electricity that she coded into you before you fully shifted, she says that is all you need forever now, from lifetimes to come, to remember what wolf is and to enjoy the essence of it at any time you choose. And she asks you, now that you have instantly swapped back and you are somewhat disappointed, and she laughs and she bows to you in your mind and says, "We are now one in this family. You are now Wolf." And she says, "I am always holding a special area of all that I know for that form that you hold now." And she says, "And you know that one day soon, the Earth humans will remember. They will awake from the amnesia and they will remember. But you already know now," she says. "You are already in knowing now, only because you have asked that all of us are of this one consciousness, and we will be together soon. Not only understanding the masters, the animals, the trees, the crystals, the stones, the pine needles, the clouds, the water, all things which hold consciousness are one. And tonight she reminds you that she simply showed you what you already knew. And as she nods to you one final time, though she never leaves, she is always now with you because it is her DNA that she coded into you. She says we will always meet, should we choose to, in the astral. And she will always hold you in her memory. And she bids you farewell. But there is never a farewell, is there? This is just a momentary lapse in the illusion of time. And so it is.